Good morning, YouTube. It has been a while since I've uploaded a video of anything recent. Life is crazy with daughters, taking them to and from field hockey and volleyball and all those sports. But it is a beautiful fall day. I think it's October 28th, and we're having some super warm weather here in Massachusetts. There goes one of my daughters now. Bye, guys. I said bye. Off to a doggy Halloween party that my one daughter wanted to go to. So, yeah, still going to do a video here, a final of the KX250, because it is done. I just have not made a final video yet, but that'll be coming along soon. We are going to take them BMW. We are going to take this on a little trip, and we're gonna go in the woods a little bit, so let's go ahead and pull these off. It is tight in this garage. It's also a mess. Like, I have been very busy, so I haven't even had time to clean up in here. Plus, we've had just a lot of home projects going on and such. There we go. Pull that off. This little compartment here is perfect for the key. Come on. There we go. Get this guy going. Quad lock for the win. They are a little pricey, but tell you what, I've never had an issue with my phone. I know sometimes these mounts can be, they vibrate your phones too much and they break your camera. This has the vibration dampener, so it looks like it's bouncing all over the place, but it works good. Yeah, it is gorgeous today. It's like 70, and we've had many Octobers where we got snow already. We're going to go for a little ride up the tallest point in Massachusetts called Mount Greylock. There's also a cool little trail that I found years ago that we will sneak through. Also, I got some 50/50 tires. As you can see, it's dirty right now. We got the Michelin Anarchy Wilds. I only have probably about 125, 150 miles on them right now. My first feeling about these tires is I absolutely hated them. I mean, hated them. And we'll talk about that, why, in a few minutes. Also added some cylinder head protection as I was going and enjoying this thing into the woods. I realized just how heavy this bike is off-road, and I did drop it a couple times, which is fine. I knew that was going to happen. That's what I bought this bike for. Yep, I bought this motorcycle to enjoy it and not worry about scratching it like this thing is built for it. All right. Go this way. There's my trailer in my neighbor's yard. Father-in-law is currently using it as his mobile garage. He's doing work at their house. Yep. Beautiful. This is kind of obviously the end of the foliage season. We won't have leaves on these trees for very much longer. I have gotten out to ride a few times since I've made any videos. Just wasn't really a good opportunity to film. Sometimes it's nice to just ride and not worry about filming. Alright, so let's talk about these tires, these Anarchy Wilds. So, when I bought this BMW, first of all, I've never ridden one of these GSs before. I've ridden an 800, but I've never ridden one of these. And my plan was I wanted a bike that I could do some off-road stuff. You know, I knew this was a touring bike. I knew that it could ride on the road, but I had no idea how good of a sport touring or just a street bike in general it was. So what do I have on this thing now? Almost 2,500 miles. So I had 2,000 something miles of street riding. I got very used to the street tires. This bike is an incredible motorcycle on the street, and I was not expecting that. So naturally, when I switched from a street tire to a very aggressive 50/50, I don't even know if these tires should really be classified as a 50/50. I wouldn't put them there. It completely changed the way this motorcycle handled on the street. Now that I have some miles on it, and I'm guessing I broke them in, this could just all be what I think, and it might not be true at all, but maybe just the sharp edges of those knobs before you actually put any miles on them is just too much. The steering felt extremely heavy, and it doesn't feel like that now, and I don't know if it's just because I broke them in or if I've gotten used to the way the bike handles now. But I absolutely hated the way these tires acted on the street. Hated it. I have done a little bit off-road. I've put this thing into some silly places, and they do very well off-road. I'm happy with that, especially with such a big bike. Mount Greylock State Reservation, that's where we're going. Everyone said to watch out for these little snakes in the road, and I tell you what, this road right here is where I found out how true that is. These things get so slippery. Excuse me. When they're wet, oh man, the one place I almost dumped this bike was on this road, and it was due to these little snakes. They come up on you fast. And it's funny, I've ridden this road so many times for so many years. We used to ride our dirt bikes up this road to get to the trail system that we used to ride as kids. And I never had any issues with knobbies on those. Like I said, I've ridden this probably hundreds of times on dirt bikes. Now that I've had this GSA in the off-road, I put it into, like I said, some pretty ridiculous places. I've done rock gardens with it. It's cool that this bike is capable. It really is. But because, like, now that I put some time on this bike, I did my big trip up to Canada, I'm just so blown away. I really enjoy this bike as a sport touring bike. So I think my next set of tires are definitely going to be not so aggressive. I just want a tire that can handle light off-road. You know, I think if I want to get into the extreme off-road stuff, I'll buy another dirt bike. You know, I really do enjoy enduro type stuff. So it just makes way more sense to have like an actual dirt bike for that. So here we go. This is the base of Mount Greylock. I think it said 6.5 miles to the summit. So here we go. I've had plenty of videos coming up this road, never like a vlog style. So this will be cool for that. There's awesome hiking on this. Actually, the Appalachian Trail comes right up over this mountain. So a lot of times you will see hikers crossing the street here. Probably what they're parked for, is for hiking. It really is a great motorcycle road. I think in the next couple days they actually close this road down for the winter though, and then as soon as it snows, this does turn into snowmobile trails, which is, it's pretty cool to come up here in the winter. It's beautiful up here. Probably should have checked gas. I haven't really ridden this thing in a while. Oh, I got almost 200 miles. We are good. Something also I'm very excited about having this bike in the garage now is we have long winters here in Massachusetts, cold, nasty winters. They use a lot of salt on the road and bikes just get filthy. I never really wanted to bring my Harley out in that. You know, I do know that if you just wash your bike, take care of it, you know, if you ride it in the salt and just wash it, your bike will be absolutely fine. In fact, if you guys don't know, you should see Cycle Fanatics has an awesome video on that where he rides his road glide pretty much year round, and he's so right with that. But this is going to be the perfect bike for winter riding up here. It won't be a lot, you know, maybe I'll sneak out once a month. You know, we do have those 40-degree days throughout the winter here and there where I'll be able to sneak out and do a little bit of riding. You know, it doesn't take much just to make you feel good. Get out and ride. Plus this thing's got heated grips. I might look into some heated gear too. Years ago I had a KLR 650 and we had a pretty mild winter and I rode that thing every single month. You know, same thing. There was a couple days here, a couple days there. And I'd put 100 miles on in a day in the winter. It was great. So I'm hoping we'll be able to do that again. Along with some snowboarding with my girls. Be cool if I could actually get some footage of that. I know my channel is generally a motorcycle channel, but I bounce around a lot. I just enjoy creating videos, so I might mix in some stuff this winter, as our winters are just too long and there's just not enough riding time to keep content coming, you know, especially if I don't get a chance to sneak away, which this winter we have a lot planned, so I don't know if I'm going to do any southern trips this winter, but if I can, man, I would love to. I'd love to go to my father's house in South Carolina and then ride from there over to the tail of the Dragon, you know, maybe in March when they have 50, 60 degree weather. That would be a blast. And I could take both bikes. The Harley would be a lot of fun. I'm sure there's some pretty cool off-road stuff down there too, that this thing would be a blast. And honestly, I might just burn these tires right off. I thought about pulling them back off and just selling them used, but people were just giving me stupid numbers, like 200 bucks. It's just not worth it. This is not a tire I would buy again. You know, if all you did was mainly off-road stuff, then these tires would be great. You know, they burn up very, very quick, especially the rear on the road. Everyone's saying they're getting like 4,000 miles out of them. I don't know. But we'll have to give it more time. But right now, I'm not really happy with my purchase of these tires. Oh, I'm really not. I was gonna go with like the, was it the Dunlop, is it Trail Max? But I couldn't get a rear. They were on back order like forever. But I think that would have been a much better tire for the style of riding that I like to do with this thing. You know, I bought a touring bike. I like to actually tour with it. It's my own fault. I should have really just not bought as an aggressive of a tire. You know, because I probably do 15% off-road, if that. Not that I can't. I'm fully capable. This bike is fully capable. It's just not really what I enjoy on this machine. But maybe that will change. It's pretty cool. As you get higher in elevation, the trees get shorter and shorter. Which, if you've seen any of my videos going to the White Mountains in New Hampshire, as you climb Mount Washington, you get above the tree line, so they just totally disappear. It's so cool. I think elevation on this place is 3496 or something like that. Actually, there's the top tower. Yeah, I want to say it's just under 3,500 feet. This is the tallest point in Massachusetts. For comparison, Mount Washington is 6288. So it is a much bigger mountain than what we're climbing right now. Woo! I still love the stock sound of this thing. It is not loud, but it just has a very unique sound. So in my opinion, I own like the two best touring motorcycles. Again, in my opinion, I love my Street Glide. Now that I've owned this, I think I bought this in May. I think the honeymoon stage is over, and I've actually been enjoying riding the Street Glide again. And I am so very happy I did not sell that. It's a lot of fun to do more like public style, you know, like charity rides and stuff. It's a lot of fun to do that in the Street Glide. My wife and daughters prefer the Harley. They don't really care for this bike. So I'm very happy I didn't sell that, because there's a lot of fun I have on that thing. And then this is just such a different ride. Fantastic touring bike. Not crazy about it two-up, so I totally understand why my daughters don't like it. You know, it almost is kind of like a slightly more comfortable sport bike two-up. The only thing that's really good is that it has electronic suspension, so it does adjust for that extra weight. But you know, they're kind of like leaning on your back. I guess if I had a top trunk box, they could lean back a little more, but still I think the angle's wrong. So the Harley is much more comfortable two-up. Not that I really do a lot of two-up touring, but I just love the versatility of this bike. At 600 pounds, it is a little, or whatever it is, it's around 600 pounds. It is so much lighter than the Harley, which I know is still a pretty heavy motorcycle, but this thing feels so nimble compared to the Harley. So if you just want to run into town quick, grab something, I prefer to just jump on this thing. It does a good job of maneuvering, I guess. Yeah, it's really nice today. Okay. So left to the summit and right to the other way down. Whee! So I guess we'll pop up to the summit for a second. .61 up here. A little cooler as we're getting higher up. see how our views are today. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Me and a buddy hike up here quite often. We usually tend to come up the day after Christmas, and we'll come up at night, and we have a lot of fun doing it. It's a little spooky your first, 10 minutes in the woods, and then your eyes adjust and it becomes so peaceful. Beautiful hike up. There's a lodge at the top that is open for hikers with wood stoves in it, so we'll usually bring some food up, we'll get a little fire going, we'll eat some dinner, and then we'll hike back down. And this is the trail right here we hike up. Yep. $34.91, that's what it is. This is the Bascom Lodge. Oh yeah, lots of people up here today. That is a World War II memorial, I think. It's one of the... Yep, so there it is. You can climb up to the top, look out from there. It is pretty cool. Well, I got a couple bikers. I don't think I'll park today. I just kind of want to see what they're riding. What do we got? What do we got? It's got a Monster. We got, what's up, Multistradas? Is that what those are? I don't know. I'm not really a Ducati guy. And a Road Glide up there. Oh, that's not a Monster. Okay, so now we're going to go down the other side. And I used to work in the town that it drops you off, well, close. It drops you off in Lanesboro. I used to live in New Ashford. So I found a trail, it's an old snowmobile trail, that would take me pretty much right to my old work. So I used to do this on my KLR. It's pretty fun. Like, what a cool way to work, right? Come up this mountain and then down the other side in the woods. That's beautiful. How we doing on battery? We're doing okay. These GoPro batteries, I don't know, they don't have a good lifespan. Seems like 6 months, and then they're just don't hold a charge very well. Also, guys, we have the Jeep, and I'm thinking, this winter I could do some Jeep videos too. I think it'd be kind of cool. Like I said, it's mostly a motorcycle channel, but it's also just whatever my adventures are. I like getting out and doing stuff, and I really enjoy filming. So a lot of bikes. Couple Beamers. This is the one thing you do have to watch out for. I don't know how well the camera picked it up, but there are some spots where the pavement has raised up. Like right here, you can see. Obviously, it's due to water, and you just got to be careful of those, especially on a bike. Free stick, go. Okay, down the other side. There's some pretty cool switchback hairpin turns down this side. They're pretty tight. Right here, look at that. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, I don't know if the camera can pick it up at all, but there are some rough sections. Speed bumps. This is not really the place you want to open it up. Too many hikers, too many people. It is fun to ride though. Our first hairpin. Is that an Africa Twin? And another one. I don't know how well you guys can hear that D-cell popping this motor. It's so cool. A lot of people complain about the noise of these Anarchy Wilds. Yeah, they are noisy, but you know, being a guy who grew up on dirt bikes, like that was the least of my concerns. That doesn't bother me at all. Plus, you know, trucks with big mud tires, that type of stuff, I've always had all that. I didn't care. That doesn't bother me. I just really did not like how they handled on the road. But like right now, it seems to have gotten better, and it's probably about 125, 150 miles. Do you think other Beamer riders look at me like an outcast since I don't have the full climb suit? Anyone else just ride and whatever? I do have a full suit. It's a Fly racing suit, which it's pretty good, and it was a quarter of the cost of the climb stuff. I've had it since I had my KLR 650 in like 2015. Yeah, it's definitely pretty good. Oh, that's usually not open. Gate closed. Oh, I think they're just parking to hike. So people are doing like a small little section of it. See, the battery's getting low already. I did bring one spare battery. Hopefully we can swap that out when we get into the woods. Should be coming up here pretty soon. A Oh, we got a flat. Okay, this is our section, and we are open. Nice. Sometimes that gate is closed and you gotta sneak around it. So yeah, this is a snowmobile trail. You can see some two wheels have been down here. I wonder if that group of bikes, if they came through this, and I wonder if that's where you got this flat. Almost feels like they graded this road or cleaned it up a little bit. It's been a while since I've been down it, but I feel like it was a lot more rough. Of course, the last time I was on it, I had street tires. That could be part of the issue. Feel them rocks moving underneath me now. Woo! Gosh, it's beautiful. And if you live in an area that doesn't have leaves like this or trees like this, the smell of the foliage, the smell of the leaves, it's awesome. It really is. There's something about it. It just smells so good. Unfortunately, that is one thing you can't get through a video. When we get down to a flat section, we are going to swap out batteries. Because instead of this camera just dying, it likes to freeze about 3 minutes before the battery dies. Which kind of sucks, because then you get the last 3 minutes of your video is ruined. All right. So let's swap batteries. Okay, we are back. And even this battery is not fully charged, yet it said it was. I don't know. Dang GoPro and their batteries. Okay, let's go. Nope, we don't want to be in neutral. That is one thing too. The way this motorcycle shifts compared to the Harley actually shifts easier than this thing. If you just hop off any bike onto it, like, you have to kind of get used to shifting this thing, otherwise it's clunky as hell. Like, this is the clunkiest gearbox I think I've ever had in a motorcycle. That's probably my biggest gripe with this BMW. Once you get the feel of it, you've been riding it for a few days or whatever, or, you know, if I'm not bouncing back and forth between bikes, then it's no problem. But the Harley actually shifts easier than a BMW. Pretty darn funny. You know what? Let's switch into Enduro. Woo, there we go. Now we can spin that rear wheel a little bit. believe there's another gate up here, and I wonder. There it is. Yeah, so it's open. Last time I came through right there, I had to single track it through the woods and come out right here and around. So there's ways to get around this when the gates aren't open, which is good. All right, what do we got? Greylock Route 7, Boyers Road. You know what? I've never been this way. Four-wheel drive recommended. Let's go for it. So that way's pretty simple. It'll take us right to Route 7. No big deal. It's just more of what you just saw. And that's the way I used to go to work. So it was a little bit more exciting. Like when the gates are closed, you got to go off road a little bit. I've only been down this way once before, but it was on a snowmobile, so it was completely different. And to be honest, it was years ago, and I don't remember. So let's see what we got. Look at that cool little swamp. Right over in this area as a kid, actually even after that, they do a lot of like enduro and GP style motocross, you know, dirt bike races. It's just a really cool area. There's a farm right up here, and they allow, you know, different organizations to use the property for racing. Oh, there's a trail right there. I wonder where that goes. Woo. See, this is more kind of the off-road type of stuff that I'd like to do with this thing. You know, I don't mind a little single track, but if I'm gonna do like the dirt bike style stuff, give me a dirt bike. What do you guys think? Comment, let me know. Should we get another dirt bike for some actual enduro stuff? I think my days of racing motocross are over. I just don't really have the want for that, at least right now, and I haven't for the last couple years. It was fun, but I do miss the trail riding, the enduro stuff. You know, I would not mind picking up a woods bike. I think that would be fun. A couple of my old motocross race buddies are doing a little bit of wood stuff. I think that'd be fun. All right, we got a lot of leaves here. Let's see. Oh, we're fine. So yeah, let me know. Should I add some dirt bike stuff to the channel again? Some enduro. I like hard enduro type stuff. Not saying I ever raced any hard enduro, or that I could, but I like challenging myself to that type of stuff with a 250-pound bike, not a 600-pound bike. See, like this stuff right here, I don't mind. I don't mind doing this on this bike. It's funny, they recommend four-wheel drive. The Jeep, I would never once have to put it in four-wheel drive here. It'd be silly to do it. Actually, like this would be cool in the Jeep. Like this would make a cool video, I think. Cruising through, bring some food, cook some, you know, cook something up. Yeah. I mean, how cool is it that I could take this motorcycle, go do over 1,000 miles, you know, leave Massachusetts, go all the way up to Quebec City in Canada, come back, zip around through New Hampshire, through the White Mountains, and then bring this motorcycle into places like this. Like, that's what you get with a BMW GSA. Like, that is cool. Yeah, you wouldn't need four-wheel drive for that. I could take a two-wheel drive car through that. All right, I'm not exactly sure where we are. This was not where I took the snowmobile. But we'll find out. Yeah, I mean, how awesome. Like, when they mean touring bike, this is a touring bike. You could bring this thing anywhere. You know, I like off the beaten path. Like, I want to go up to James Bay, Canada. That would be such a cool trip. And this would be the machine for it, not the Harley. You know, going to Quebec City was so cool. That I absolutely could have took the Street Glide, but I'd like to push a little further north too. There's a really cool dam up there. It's a ways, but there's so many places in Canada I'd like to go. It's not even funny. I don't know where we are, but this is cool. Oh, nice truck, nice house, a beautiful area. I think I know where we are. Yep. This is cool. This will actually take me back to my old work. I'm pretty sure, if this is the road I'm thinking it is. Nice. New construction. I'd love to live on a road like this. Beautiful. Look at that. That is beautiful. That's one thing, you can't say New England isn't beautiful. We do have cold, harsh winters, but it is a beautiful area. Yep, beautiful. House. That is a very old house. Sad day yesterday was. Our boat has gone away for the winter. That is a sad thing. I cannot wait for next season already. Next year, we will definitely bring that thing to the ocean and go out towards the Cape, probably. Maybe even towards Boston and go out that way. Maybe go like in the Cape Cod Bay or whatever that's called right there. That would be awesome. That'd be a lot of fun. Yep, I know where we are. So yeah, big plans with that next year. I have not figured out any motorcycle trips yet, but you know there will be some. So anyway, there you go. That was my fun way of up and over Mount Greylock. You got to listen to me talk about the tires and the BMW in general. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys, and I'm hoping now that sports season has slowed down a little bit with my girls that I can start getting on the trend of, you know, getting more content out. I really enjoy doing it, and hopefully we can add some more stuff, the Jeep, you know, and maybe some snowboarding this year. So guys, if you like this, smash that like button. If you want to see more, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you along for the ride. And yeah, I'm going to head back home. Oh, they've paved it. This used to be a dirt road too. So, all right guys, take care. Peace.